There's so much.
Those poor people.
All right.
Okay, Dawn Smith is here this afternoon with our traffic alert.
Hi, Roxanne, and hi, Eric, and good afternoon, everyone. Let's start off with the transit piece of our report. And New Jersey Transit still has that modified weekend schedule until probably later on this evening, and it could see potentially 15 to 30-minute delays, just scattered potential delays, again, as they get things back towards basically full capacity for the most part because of the weather. Again, there were some delays earlier on today. Let's go towards the cameras and we'll show you what's happening around the state. You can see 80 by the Parkway, actually down towards the pavement here, so that's looking pretty good. As we continue on over towards 78 in Clinton and Hunterdon County by 31, that is moving well. And the same thing can be said here. Beautiful picture of Morristown. That's going to be South Street at Madison Avenue. All is clear. Again, entrance and exit ramps certainly could be a bit of a challenge later on this evening. There's live look in Trenton of 29 at Warren Street, and we have one more camera for you here this evening, and we can see him bring that up. There we go. And there's a live picture of 17 by the Garden State Plaza Mall and Route 4. Over towards our maps, actually beginning to get busy here on the Turnpike. Supposed to be watching us in Jamesburg or Helmetta. It's the outer roadway, which is really the truck lanes, so the outer and inner roadways can be switched from the truck lanes to the car lanes. But most of the time, the outer roadway is the truck lanes, just north of interchange 8A by the Motley Pitcher Rest area. It's actually traveling south as you come in towards the merge, and also 130 was starting to build up a little bit of traffic by Ridge Road there in Dayton. So again, starting to see some extra volume there onto 130. So trying to avoid the turnpike there south at interchange 8A. Also the eastern spur loading up now in towards 15W. It's right before you get to that elevated section where it merges back in with the main line of the turnpike. And you can see that delay growing all the way back towards Secaucus Junction and 15X. And I wouldn't be surprised if that gets all the way back towards about 15, 18E for the Lincoln Tunnel. So the best option is to stay with the western spur here this evening. Again, if you're watching us in Fort Lee or even in Teaneck, is probably the best option. Again, the western spur is moving well, but you can see the heavy delays here with the center lane closed. This is actually going to be a disabled tractor trailer, and the one by Jamesburg, that's a tractor trailer fire, so keep that in mind. Let's go to the George Washington Bridge. We'll check in with things here. Awfully quiet for the upper and the lower roadways. Also, the Lincoln Tunnel moving well around the Helix, and the Holland Tunnel is going to be clear from 19 and the Turnpike. And the train situation, again, 15 to 30-minute potential delays. Now let's look at traffic around the state. Back to the desk.
All right, Don.
But first, here's Don in a traffic check.
Good morning, James. Good morning, everyone. Here at 6:32, and really looking good. Just some general volume, just basically in the normal spots there onto the Parkway, getting closer towards 78, and then again towards 280. But 9 here, very comfortable in Lakewood by Kennedy Boulevard, is rolling along just fine. And the same thing can be said if you are traveling on to 46. Again, that's 46 by the Bergen Turnpike through the Little Ferry traffic circle on over towards our maps, and still lots of green flows as you continue down the shore into Monmouth County onto the Parkway, as well as 9, as you did see. That's a little bit further south into Ocean County, looking good by Kennedy Boulevard. 195 is fine. Same thing on 33, 18, and 34 and 36 looking good in Leonardo. Smooth ride throughout Ocean County. Parkway at Toms River is fine. 37 into Toms River over to Seaside Heights looking good, and even Mercer County is moving well with lots of green flows onto 295, 130, and the Turnpike. On over to the George Washington Bridge, and we'll check in with things here in Fort Lee for the upper and the lower. Looks like the lower about a 10-minute wait, upper about 5. The Lincoln Tunnel probably in that 8 to about 10, 12-minute category this morning. And the Holland Tunnel moving well from 19 underneath the covered roadway. The Skyway a little jammed from South Kearney into the Tunnelly Circle and the Bay Extension. I'd say that's about a 10-minute wait in towards about Jersey Avenue. The trains, Raritan Valley inbound is about a 10 to 15-minute wait. There were some earlier mechanical problems a little after 5 this morning. And that's look at traffic around the state. Back to the desk.
All right, here we go with Super Bowl meet. All right, 5:46 right now. Oh, Don.
Oh, Kurt. Yes, sir.
Don, what did the leopard say after eating his owner?
What did the leopard say after eating the owner?
Man, that hit the spot.
Good. That's good. I like that. Very good. Off to a good start here this morning. The jokes are good, as well as the roads are good here on 37 by Colonial Drive in Toms River is moving well. The same thing can be said here onto 29 by Lamberton Road in Trenton, and off to a good start as well onto 78 through the Watchung Mountains over by Glenside Road in Summit. Over towards our maps, and still lots of green flows, which is an indication us here at the traffic center again is the speed limit being obtained onto the Parkway is going to be clear here in Union County, moving well between Clark and Craft
Sanford, even 1 and 9 between Rahway through Linden up through Elizabeth. Again, everything is rolling along at the speed limit. Same thing can be said for Morris County on 202, 287, 24, 10, and even 80 at Route 15. Sussex County looks pretty good on 15, 23, and at 206. Over the George Washington Bridge, we'll check in with things there here in Fort Lee, and leaving the state over towards the city, looking good at the upper as well as the lower roadway. The Lincoln Tunnel is off to a good start here this morning, about 5 minutes or so, and the Holland Tunnel is quiet from the Turnpike as well as 19. New Jersey Transit already cross-honoring tickets system-wide because of the impending snow, and the rest of the trains, I should say, and the buses are on time. Let's look at traffic around the state. Back to the desk.
Well, with the Super Bowl coming up, many here in New Jersey.